Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, September 24th, almost at the end of September here. And let's see what the market looks like. It's not too bad this morning after the Fed spoke yesterday. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? And let me switch over. I have no idea why this thing never works in the morning. It works at night, but then I have to manually do it every morning. I set it up at night. I come down, and it's always messed up in the morning. I have no idea. I've resetted the whole thing. Anyway, that's the StreamYard, and for some reason it gets messed up every morning now. So I have to hit them people up and ask them what's going on there. But there you are, Laptop Travel and AQMS, and there you go. That one was at Aqua Metals. We were looking at it last night, saying it was going to run up there, and it has fizzled. The market is a little bit, it's green, as you can see, but it's not doing anything too crazy. SHFS was running up there, but that's pulled back, and their LAC, we saw that last night, pulling back, and AQMS, like we just mentioned. So, and in the zone right there was popping up, but that had been Big Dipper right there. So there you go. And that UUUU is running up a little bit more right there as well. So a couple good ones. And here we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers, see what's going on, and then we'll take a look and see what the market's up to. Here's AIM right here, and it looked like it's trying to aim up a little bit. It was running up. Let's just go over here real quick, and we'll see. It was aiming up yesterday, and then it pulled back a little bit today. I'll go back to it when we're done the Jolie's jumpers and show you some good stuff. Anyway, here we go. Aqua Metals, we were just looking at, ran up and pulling back. AREC right here, just pulling back. Looks like it's going to set up to roll off that MACD. And there is that Brea. That was running up big the other day. That doesn't look bad right there. BREA. Yeah, keep an eye on this Brea. It's up at the top right there and could continue to run up. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And CYCN right here was cruising yesterday, and it was spiking up this morning. Not as high. Easy Go is running too, and it was still running up this morning. And LAC, we were talking about that spiking up yesterday and trying to run up more this morning, but not there. There's Snow Lake Resources. That's LITM. That's looking pretty good. Let's check that out real quick. That looks pretty good to try to get moving some more. So keep an eye on that. Little healthy pullback, but looks pretty healthy right there, I must say, for LITN. And Open was up a little bit this morning, but again, I don't know if you want to be touching that. We'll see if the door opens up for it to go back up, but the door was definitely open for it to dip, and it still looks like it could be dipping a little bit right there. And PDSB, what is that? PDS Biotech right there, and that's just trying to get set up. That's one to keep on the list. And Cassava Sciences right here, SAVA, Sava, and this one had been running up the last 2 days, just kind of leveling out there, but could continue up right there. And Stardust, is that SDST? Stardust Power, there you go. That was cruising yesterday, was trying to run around this morning and just getting into that channel. That one could get set up. And SHFS right here, SFH Holdings was running pretty good yesterday and having a little run around this morning, but pulling back as well, as most of them are at this point. STI Solidian Technology ran up yesterday, and that's just kind of hanging out there. And let's see what our VEEE is, like a power V twin power something, twin V power cats. That's it. That spiked up there nice today. So that was a little bit of a runner there. I know we looked at that before. We were not looking at it now. And WWR is Westwater Resources, and that's been spiking up. And let me see that one. That one could continue to try to spike up there. Pardon me. I still definitely have a pretty good cold here, but anyway, WWR, yeah, it was hitting that resistance right there. It looks like it's going to try to keep spiking up and trying to make way. So I'll watch that WWR and see if it really wants to get cruising over that resistance right there. And XPON is not bad either, guys. This one I did see, and it was running up a little yesterday. And there you can see yesterday's run up right there. And then obviously today it's running a little bit spiked up, but that one's not bad. Could have a little healthy pullback and continue its way up. And that YAAS is on the night note, and there you go. It was way up this morning and blasting off there. So remember, I said it was going to get out of the basement right there, and boom, there you go. That was a beauty as well. So there you go with YAAS, and we were talking about that hitting some resistance. So there you go with our Joey's jumpers. Thank you, Asian Joey. And here we are. I'll just show you ORIS. So you can see where I sold it at 32. Now you know why I wasn't worrying about it. If it was going to run up a little higher, guys, like I said, it looked you could have went either way. It could still go up. It looks like it's going to get pinched up there and fly. But now you're at 26. If I really like it going in, I can just buy it with the profits that I just made because I just had it down here at what, like whatever it was. I know it was over 100%. So it's perfect, and I can play with house money now. So there you go with ORIS, just an example of why you need to sell. And if you didn't listen to last night's show, guys, check it out. We talked about BBAI right there, and I know Joseph is going to be getting rid of that one. It's up at the top. Could it keep running up there? Of course it could, but you're way up there now. And I would say he's probably over 200% on his options from 3 days ago, guys. So if you didn't hear that story, go ahead and listen to Joseph Levy's story about BBAI and learning how to trade options there and why everybody can absolutely do it. It's a great motivational story. We talked about it yesterday. Listen to the show last night if you missed it. And it's about 35 minutes in. We talk about BBAI right there. So you can check that out. And remember, I was talking about Rye is still looking good. It was still spiking up into the sevens this morning, looking pretty good there. So you sell the ones that are getting into the top and you keep the ones that are still going to pop. So that is exactly what you're trying to do here. And that's exactly what we've been doing, hitting the tops almost. And like I said, I'm getting lucky. And anytime you get anywhere near them, I would say you call it lucky if we keep doing it. And I keep seeing these minute charts and we're zoned in. It's going to be incredible, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be nutty. And just ask Joseph Levy what he's starting off on options. And he hit me up, and you guys can listen to the story. So check it out from last night, and I'll probably try to clip that and put it up there. So there you are with them, guys. Let's see. Our SPY is up a little bit today, not looking bad right there. And first, you know what? Before we go through the SPY, check this out right here, guys. S&P 500 futures rebound slightly after Micron restores some confidence in tech trade. A delicate balancing or whatever. The Fed's unity is already fraying. I already got it open. We're going to look at that real quick. And sure, there's a risk of a bubble in AI stocks, so invest in them, says Wells Fargo strategist. And stock futures rise as Alibaba boost AI sentiment. What do I keep saying, guys? Every time the market wants to pull back, what happens? Something with AI happens. And here, let's just look at this real quick because it's real interesting what I was saying before. And obviously, Stephen Moran, I think you say his name. He's the new governor, the Federal Reserve governor. He wants the central bank interest rates to be roughly 2 percentage points, arguing that the current level is too high, posing risks to the economy. Monetary policies well into restrictive territory, Moran said in a speech at the Economic Club, blah, 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 leaving short-term interest rates roughly 2% points too tight, risk unnecessary layoffs and higher employment. And he's absolutely right, guys. And you know what I was saying months ago about the rates needing to come down. And what do I keep saying about the job market? And so here you go. Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowen said on Tuesday that the Fed may already be late in trying to keep the labor market from shrinking. We are at a serious risk of already being behind the curve in addressing deteriorating labor market conditions, she said. Should these conditions continue, I am concerned that we will need to adjust policy at a faster pace and to get larger degree going forward. So who was on point right there with the stock charts telling you guys for months, I was saying, what the hell are they looking at? You need, guys, AI is taking jobs. I don't know what anybody's looking at. It's It's across the board. Dude, I can replace everybody. Trust me, we can easily do it. We talked about it many times. And yeah, people reinvent things and they obviously figure out a way to work with AI and recreate jobs. But right now, you got entire sectors getting wiped out. And these college kids today aren't even bright enough or have the motivation to do any of that stuff. I mean, people like us, we tend to pivot and try to make things work. It's just a disaster, guys. I'm telling you. If you know anybody that's younger, they have these crazy amounts of college loans and stuff that are going to kick in, and they can't even they could barely get a job at McDonald's, guys. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's wild. So if you know anybody like that and know what their situation is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you understand how things operate, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, the rate should have been coming down for the last 3 months. I don't know what Powell even looks at. I don't know what any of these experts look at, guys. We break down the charts all the time, and we're pretty consistent every night. We do the show very often, so it's easy to break it down on a consistent basis and look at things. And we kind of target these things and nail them nonstop. So SPY is up this morning. Apple's not bad right there, trying to rebound itself. It's in the top still. Amazon busting up, and I honestly didn't think any of the Mag 7 really looked good last night with that pullback, but we had to see what it was going to do this morning right here. And so yeah, it's not looking too bad. We'll see if it really wants to stop. It could just be stair stepping itself down. Google right there in the top, like I said, be careful. It could spike up a little bit, but definitely be careful. And Meta still looks like it could pull back a little bit and stair step down a hair. You could see it for like a week or two. So yeah, just be careful with the Mag 7. I know that a couple of them are up, but I don't think they're going to get off to the races today or tomorrow. Let's put it that way. And there's your Microsoft trying to bounce back up to that line. And obviously, we'll be monitoring it today and seeing what these guys want to do. NVIDIA is not looking bad, though, right there. It probably looks the best out of all of them so far. And Tesla's trying to stay in the top and roll off. And Tesla actually looks like it's about to roll off. So, like I said, give it today. We'll see what's about to happen here. Tesla and NVIDIA don't look bad. The rest of them could pull back a little bit. So that's what they look like for your Mag 7. Here's AMC just kind of hanging out, but look at that look right there, guys. That's trying to get set up. And even if it doesn't go there, you're going to have it in this channel. And then again, another week or two or so. So you do have a little bit of a setup period, but it's nothing crazy. They've been running up in a lot of great opportunities. And excuse me, because my nose is just running like a faucet with this cold. I don't even know what's going on. And GameStop right there, still in the top. So we'll see if it wants to stay up there and continue to run up higher. Chewy right here is not looking too bad. It did pull back. It's curling up, looking good. Unity's been at the top right there and staying up there. I think it's got some healthy pullback in it, but it doesn't seem to even want to pull back much. So Unity looks pretty strong. Netflix had been pulling back. It's kind of just stable right there. We'll see if it actually tries to get moving now that the Fed just spoke. And AVGO right here, your semiconductors trying to make a base right there, looks like, but again, still coming through. So they could pull back just a little bit. So you got to be careful. MU did pop up on its earnings, staying at the top. We'll keep an eye on that one. It looks like it could roll back off, but doesn't look like it wants to go flying at the moment. And TSM right here had been running up and obviously pulling back a little, but still in the top right there. How about SMCI looking pretty good in that channel? And you know what one's up, guys? AMD right there. And guess who posted that out for you guys in the Discord? And there you go. So out of everything that's down, there you go. Your options up on AMD, just like I had mentioned the other day. And QCOM right here is pulling back a hair. It's just, it's flat at the top. It looks like it wants to get into the top at the moment. And Snow right here isn't looking bad. It does have that good support underneath of it at the moment. And let's take a look and see what PayPal's up to. That is trying to move back up. Not bad. Still has some setup time. And Intel right here is trying to bounce back up into the top. So That's not bad. And Dell has been looking good, guys. I'm telling you, Dell's going to continue its way up right there. Not looking bad. And IBM has been running up. It's just up there in the top. We'll see if it wants to stay bouncing. And again, I'll be watching these today because you come off of the Fed talk and then you open up a little green. We have to see exactly how it wants to stay. You can see it's a little flat this morning, more or less, even though it's green. So we got to make sure it just wants to stay that way. It looks like it does, but we just have to make sure. And Sophie right here trying to run up. Palantir not looking bad. Marin Riot not looking bad right there on that pullback to come back and set up off the MACD. And Riot looked like it did want to run up some more, as you can see. So that one looked like it wanted to run up off the MACD, and CleanSpark's still up there. So very interesting with all these guys. And maybe when these are starting to pull back, that's when crypto gets ripping. So we'll be looking at crypto in a minute. And that is what they are doing. And MicroStrategy's up a little bit right there, getting to be in that channel, wants to roll off the MACD and looking pretty good. So that usually gives you a good indication of Bitcoin. And here's Robinhood right here, had been running up. It has that top right there. So you could see a little bit of pullback as you get up here, but it is in that bullish channel and running up there. Just watch for any pullback. And Coinbase is going to be a good one to set up and get rolling off that MACD. And Bull, like we said, is looking pretty good at this moment. And Space has been looking good. It's still running up right there. So we've been mentioning that. Boeing looking a lot better right there on the curl up. And as I mentioned, not sure if it's going to get through the MACD, but you know it's going to run up on that curl up right there. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And how about our DJT? It's up a penny, and it looks like it's setting up. And good old fun is also trying to get set up right here. It's just hanging out, a little bit of pullback. And then it looks like it should be a little more fun as it had been running up. McDonald's right there, just kind of hanging out. And another one I didn't think was going to get through the MACD for MCD. And it is just kind of curling up, but it was running up there, maybe a little pullback, and it'll set up again. Disney right here is trying to curl up, make a base. We'll see. It could level down a little bit right there. So not jumping on Disney's board right now. And Oxy looking good right here. And of course, ExxonMobil looking pretty good. Gush was up as well yet yesterday. It's looking pretty good to continue. DXYZ, guys, this one looks good. I don't know why I can't type, but I was saying this one's a good opportunity there. And how about that Nike? It's still down. And let's look Symbiotic right here, trying to keep itself stable. It still has some pullback. Rivian was trying to run up here, and it is still running up a little bit at the moment. And Sterling could have some momentum right there. And there you go. It's Sterling running up some more. And Sezzle is trying to get set up right here. We're just keeping an eye on it to see when it's exactly ready. Blink was running up a little bit, and it's just kind of hanging out. And our good old Rhythm right here, since we're in the Rhythm, is pulling back, and that is the old Agrify. And there you go with that list right there. Let me see what you guys want to look at, and we'll look at crypto real quick because it is green. Bitcoin's back to 113, and it looks like it's trying to push its way up right there. It did dip down overnight as well into the 111s. I did see that. So we'll see. It does look like it's trying to stable itself out and get back to moving. It made some really good room on the chart. Solana is just back at 210. It's at 212 right now. And so, yeah, I don't think it's really crashing down. I mean, you had a nice little pullback there, but look at that nice run up, and now it's going to try to leg up some more. So they have to do that, guys. They can't just constantly run up. You do see some pullbacks, and Ripple right here trying to get set back up, as you can see. So they are looking pretty good. The rest of them look basically the same. Doge is similar. Cardano looks very similar, and Stellar over there looks just like the rest of them. And of course, Optimism does too. So that's what you want to see anyway. And that is pretty nice. And look at that YAAS right there, guys. Almost 100%. It was over. And there you go right there. And let's see what you guys want to look at real quick. And let's see, that Aqua Metals was running up. Zone ran. Elon Musk's attorney's company, the one doing Dogecoin. Is that what that zone is right there? I forgot, but yeah, there you go. That one looks really good. Dogecoin Bargain Hunter snap up 680 million Doge. Focus on Doge BTC and Fed rate cut right there. Interesting. So it was in the zone, that's for sure. And it was cruising along. And how about that RGTI? That was moving up a little bit more right there. And Poet right here had been running the other day, wasn't it? Yeah, yesterday. And it was continuing its way up right there. So they were too good. LAC is your bet for today. Laptop Travel said, and it is up again. It just pulled back and it ran back up. So yeah, that one's going to be a runner right there. We were talking about it last night. And this is LITM, and it's Canadian lithium. That's that Snow Lake Resources. We've looked at this a bunch of times, and it is kind of cruising up right there. But okay, you see your 20 and 50 trying to meet up right there. What is SLNO up to real quick? Let's see, Soleno or something. That's running up. That looks like it should try to keep a little momentum right there for SLNO. So that doesn't look bad. ALB, remember we mentioned this the other night. I had it on the list right here, ALB, and it is running up there. So I did put that on the list the other day. And again, I just been kind of switching the list around each evening and giving you guys a bunch of different poppers and looks. And SLI right here is just kind of cruising around. Let's take a better look at it right here. SLI. And it was cruising around yesterday trying to it does look like it's trying to roll off in that Standard Lithium right there. So I'll be checking them guys out. I'll keep an eye on all them. And V has developed electric boat motors. That's pretty cool. And that's at Twin V Power Cats, right? Recreational vehicles right there. And TONX, I think, did find its bottom. And let me type it in right. But yeah, that one looks pretty good to get crawled up right there. And I did like that right about there was its bottom, probably in that 650 area. Is that what it says? I think it says 650. And there you go. So yeah, TONX, that TON looking good. SHFS. That had been running up this morning and having some pullback. Maybe it'll get bouncing as the day gets moving. So we'll watch that one. And BIDU right here is trying to run back up in the top and curl up. That's not looking too bad. Thursday is initial jobless claims. There we go. So that'll tell us some information right there. And what is today right here? Today is Wednesday. They already had the mortgage markets and all that stuff. Now we're on. I like how it does this too. It breaks it down in the time zone or the time and tells you what they already did. So we're at building permits now and all that. Then you have new home sales and crude oil and all kinds of good stuff today. And then tomorrow you got all this, the Fed Goolsbee speech, and then your continuing jobless claims and all that good stuff. So yeah, interesting right there. And like I say, FinViz keeps changing stuff. And actually, TrendSpider has a nice fall special out and a lot of added stuff, guys. Holy cow. They hit me up and told me a bunch of new things. I'll shoot out a post about that with the affiliate, but if you want to check that out. So yeah, telling you, FinViz and TrendSpider, they both nonstop just stepping it up all the time now. I'm telling you, FinViz, they put a rocket under their butt. After we got them to change the 4 a.m. to 8 p.m., they just went nuts and just started changing everything for the better. God bless them. That's awesome. I love it. So, and I know they're a supporter. They listen to the show and post and stuff about us. So they know that we were the ones that I definitely hit them up and said, yeah, you got to change this stuff. And I've talked to the guys. They're awesome. And yeah, look at them. They're on a mad tear. Unlike StockTwits, I told them how to change their entire business and monetize it, and they acted like I don't even exist. So FinViz, way bigger and better. And yeah, they were appreciative of some suggestions, and then they took the bull by the horns and just ran with it. They went nutty. And obviously TrendSpider, they're just on a whole nother level, guys. TrendSpider is incredible. They do things that nobody else can even do in the market. So that's why I use them both. And I think you do need like two good sharp tools, and then you can see how we can get into the matrix and do it. So if you're interested in either of them, yeah, I have the affiliate links up on my link tree or whatever. And but I'll post out the thing for TrendSpider because they have a really good special going on. And like I said, they hit me up and told me they have added a bunch of new stuff and all kinds of good things. So TrendSpider always adding stuff. Dan, the CEO, he's a great guy. And obviously, we love Nader. Nader's the man. And maybe we'll have to have him on again soon to show us all the new stuff. And they just constantly have new things. So it helps us do a show with Nader all the time because he always has something new to show us. And so that's cool. So jobless claims tomorrow. The college kids today don't have skills, but they are well versed on the woke agenda. You're not getting laptop travel, especially if they go to an Ivy League school. It's crazy. And then what was this one right here? BAIG. Holy cow, I didn't even know. Holy cow. If I had known about this, Joseph Levy's head would explode right there because that's nice. We would have to keep an eye on that, but it is in the top. Like I said, we don't want it now. We were all over it down here, knowing it was going to run up. And if you didn't hear the Joseph Levy story last night about BBAI, you should probably go listen to it because it's extremely motivational. And he's probably up over 200% right now this morning on his options from 3 days ago, guys. So he watched my videos and went to town, hit me up a couple times, and now he's hitting 200% plus options. And everybody can do it. I promise you. I figured it out myself too. So I'm just a dummy with a brain injury. If I can do it, you can do it. And if Joseph Levy can do it, we all can do it, I think. So we can all do it. We're all basic human beings and we can figure it out. Like I said, I have a good video. And if you have questions, just hit me up and I'll definitely respond to you and try to steer you down the right path. That's for sure. And yeah, Bitcoin back above that 113. SMCI not looking bad right there. It is hitting that 50. So we just got to watch for that little pullback. Luis Rodriguez to come back to the 20 to get back running. And Dell forming a cup. It's very bullish. Yeah, I've been saying that. And I think Dell is going to get cruising right there. So as a matter of fact, just put a big mark next to Dell because that one is going to be running. I don't know if they have like government plan. I don't know what the hell's going on, but something is. And that JZXN, we've talked about that. Wow, that ran up some more there. Laptop travel, you were all over that. They announced the digital currency treasury. Who would have ever thought of that? I know, right? And so there you go. They endorsed a crypto asset investment right there. And wow, what a surprise. And so that's a China company. Michael Anthony, how are you this morning? You need to slow down like people can understand to know which stocks you're talking. They understand. You're the only one that needs to put it on slow mode there, Michael Anthony. And Sam, I was going to get to you and that CIFR. And also, I think Zach wanted to see RR right here. And it is up. But again, in the top, can it bounce up some more? It can. But look at that resistance up there. And of course, Sam, we were going to look at your CIFR Cipher Mining running up this morning. That's why I waited to look at it. It was running up. I looked at it first thing this morning with that RR, and I had a nice mark. And I was like, oh, that's a nice one. Sam's going to be excited for that. And again, you might want to start taking out a little profits on it. I mean, look at that bad boy. It's run up there quite a bit. You get skeptical when you see that and it bounces up some more. I always say you kind of got a little added bonus right there, it looks like to me, Sam. So definitely start locking them in. And I was showing you guys ORIS right here. I told you yesterday, I locked them in at 32. Right around there. It did run up higher. I didn't care about the top. And look at it now. It's at 25. And if it pulls back some more, I may pick it right back up. And with my profits, and now I'm playing with house money on a second bounce, but I'll let you guys know if I like it a second time right there. And Raya's running up. Look at that bad boy, guys. It was at there you go. That's the runner right there. Remember I said last night Raya still had it in it. And bam, there we go, guys. And that's a beauty. What did I get this at? Down here at like 2 cents, 3 cents? Holy cow. I'm way up on this. And I bought a huge position because it looked great. And yeah, my account was way up yesterday. And now I got to look as soon as we get off because it's going to be a beauty right there. And Pal's comment saying stocks are overvalued and markets may open higher to start selling off. We'll have to see how it. That's why I'm waiting, Michael Anthony, to see exactly what's going on. It is kind of looking good, though. I'm not going to lie. Your SPY is up, and it doesn't look bad. It doesn't have that sell-off look, and it looks like it's trying to curl up. And they got more good AI news with Alibaba or whatever. So that boosted the market right there. MU kill earnings and raise outlook. and it did go up in the after hours. Let's look at it again. We looked at it already. It is down. And so, yeah, and guys, again, look at this thing way in the top. I mean, even when you start out here and yeah, it runs up like right about there, you get a little extra. Do you really need to squeeze like that extra dollar or two? You already ran it up. You probably got in down here when you saw it bouncing off the MACD. So we've been talking a lot about locking in profits and selling, and that is exactly why you have to do it. Dell open up to sell off. We'll see about that one. It is looking pretty good right there, but we'll see what's happening. So I'll keep you posted. It is way up. That's why I'm saying it is bullish, but I'll keep an eye and see if it does. And good morning, Zach. And there you go. We did look at your Rich Tech Robotics right there. And yeah, I mean, it could bounce back up, but again, it's getting into that area where you have that resistance up there, and you got to be careful. And then that CIFR for Sam is running up a little bit higher. I think you got a little extra bonus out of that one, Sam, right there. And that YAAS is up like 125%. So there you go. And we nailed that one completely. NRAYA. And of course, that BABA is running up there. So that looks good right here. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, BABA is running up on that AI. And can we get Nate back on the show? And sure thing. And drop the research report about the in the Discord. Nader, that's what I thought you were talking about. We will get Nader back on the show. And yeah, TrendSpider's awesome, guys. So I'll talk to Nader about that. Like I said, they hit me up and told me about all this new stuff that they have and another great promotion that they're running for fall for like a couple weeks. So I'll definitely post it out for you guys today with the affiliate link so you guys can take advantage of that. And there you go, everybody. I'd say that's a fun pre-market show right there. And again, check out the Joseph Levy story from last night on BBAI because that's a beauty, and he's probably up over 200% now. It was 176 last night on them options. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, and Instagram. Like the show, hit the like button on your way out. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And we're definitely going to try to put an option show together this weekend. Was talking to Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel last night. So we're going to try to do it Sunday evening. We'll keep you posted about that, guys. And there you go. And I'll keep you posted what the market looks like. And again, we're coming off the Fed speaking, so we'll see what happens as it opens up, but it doesn't look too bad right here, and that is what we're looking at. So thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits, guys, as we keep saying. And goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.